is KD2 back at it again with another series reading for the last video for the month. Besides the last live stream for the month, which is on Friday, that will be at 12 before I go out with my mom because my church is doing movie night. So yeah, I'm gonna see a Steven Spielberg film. Ooh. Anyway, Percy the Small Engine is the topic for this video. Book number 11. Percy and the Signal. Percy is a little green tank engine who works in the yard at the big station. He's a funny little engine and loves playing jokes. These jokes sometimes get him into trouble. Beep beep, he whistled one morning. Hurry up, Gordon, the train's ready. Gordon thought he was linking up and out. Ha ha, laughed Percy and showed him a train of dirty coal trucks. Gordon didn't go back to the shed. He stayed on the side thinking how to pay Percy out. Stay in the shed today, squeaked Percy to James. The Bat Control will come and see you. James was a conceited engine. He thought. The Bat Control knows I'm a fine engine, made for anything. He wants me to pull a special train. So James stayed where he was. Nothing a Stratford fireman could do would make him move. But the Bat Control never came, and the engine scribbled dreadfully. They had to do James's work as well as their own. At last an inspector came. So wheel, James, he said crossly. You can't stay here all day. The Bat Control told me to stay here, answered James sulkily. He sent a message to swine. He did not, reported the inspector. How could he? He's away for a week. Oh, said James. Oh. They came quickly out of the shed. Where's Percy? Percy has wisely disappeared. When the Bat Controller came back, he did see James. And Percy, too. Both engines wished he had it. James and Gordon wanted to pay Percy out, but Percy kept out of their way. One morning, however, he was so excited that he forgot to be careful. Uh-oh. I say, you engines, he bubbled. I'm going to take some trucks to Thomas's Junction. The Bat Control tells me especially. He must know I'm a really useful engine. More likely he wants you out of the way, grunted James. But Gordon gave James a wink, just like this. Ah, yes, said James. Just... So, you were saying, Gordon? James and I were just speaking about signals at the junction. We can't be too careful about signals. But then I needed to say that to the really useful engine like you, Percy. Percy felt flattered. Of course not, he said. We had spoken of backing signals, put in James. They need extra special care, you know. Would you like me to explain? Uh-oh, they're playing that trick on Percy! No, thank you, James, Percy said airily. I know all about signals. And he busted up importantly. Gordon and James suddenly exchanged winks. Percy was a little worried as he set out. I wonder what backing signals are, he thought. Never mind, I'll manage. I know all about signals. He puffed crossly to his trucks and felt better. He saw a signal just outside the station. Father, he said, is that danger? Oh, screamed the trucks as they bumped into each other. Translating the signals to show line clear. His arm moved up and settled down. Percy had never seen this on a signal before. He was surprised. Down means go, and up, he thought, and up means stop. But upper still, let's then go back. I know, it's one of those backing signals. Have clever me to find that out. Come on, Percy, said the driver. Off we go. But Percy wouldn't move forward. And the driver had to back him in order to start it all. I am clever, Percy. Even my driver doesn't know about backing signals. He started so suddenly that the truck screamed again. Whoa, Percy! Oh, driver, stop! You're going the wrong way! But it's a backing signal, Percy protested. I told him about Gordon and James. The driver laughed and explained about signals that point up. Oh dear, said Percy. Let's start quickly before they come and see us. But he was too late. Gordon swept by with the express and saw everything. The big engines talked about signals that night. They thought the subject was funny. They laughed a lot. Percy thought they were being very silly. Duck takes charge. Do you know what? Asked Percy. What? Grunted Gordon. Do you know what? Silly, said Gordon crossly. Of course I don't know what. If you don't tell me what is. The Fat Controller says the work in the yard is too heavy for me. He's getting the bigger engine to help me. Rubbish, put in James. Any engine could do it. He went on grandly. If you worked more and chat less, this yard would be a sweeter, better, and a happier place. Percy went off to fetch some coaches. That's the signal, he thought. No one listens to me now. They think I'm a silly little engine. And order me about. I'll show them, he puffed. See, about the yard, but he didn't know how. Things went wrong. The coaches and trucks behaved badly, and by the end of the afternoon, he felt tired and unhappy. Brought some coaches to the station, was panting at the end of the platform. Hello, Percy, said the Fat Controller. You look tired. Yes, sir, I am, sir. I don't know if I'm standing on my dome or on my wheels. You look like they way up to me, laughed the Fat Controller. Cheer up. His engine is bigger than you and can probably do the work alone. Would you like to build my new harbor at Thomas's Junction? Thomas said, don't be well, but I need an engine there all the time. Oh, yes, sir. Thank you, sir, said Percy happily. The new engine arrived next morning. What is your name? Asked the Fat Controller kindly. Montague, sir. But I'm usually called Duck. They say I waddle. I don't really, sir, but I like Duck better than Montague. Good, said the Fat Controller. Duck it shall be. Here, Percy, come and show Duck around. The two engines went off together. At first the trucks played tricks, but soon found that playing tricks on Duck was a mistake. The coaches behaved well, thought James. Gordon and Henry did not. They watched Duck quietly doing his work. He seems a simple sort of engine, they whispered. We'll have some fun. Quack! Quack! They wheezed as they passed him. Percy was cross, but that took no notice. They'll get tired of it soon, he said. Presently, the big engines began to order Duck about. Duck stopped. Did I tell you to do things, Percy? He asked. Yes, they do, answered Percy sadly. Right, said Duck. We'll soon stop that nonsense. He whispered something. We'll do it tonight. The Fat Controller had had a good day. There had been no grumbling passengers. All trains had run to time. And Duck had worked well in the yard. The Fat Controller was looking forward to but it does Richie at home. He had just left the office when he heard an extraordinary noise. "Bother!" he said, and hurried to the yard. Henry, Gordon, and James were wheezing and snoring furiously, while Duck and Percy kindly sat on the points outside the shed, refusing to let the engines in. "Stop that noise!" he bellowed. "Now, Gordon, they won't let us in," hissed the big engine crossly. A duck explained his behavior. "Beg pardon, sir. Not a Great Western engine. We Great Western engines do work without fuss, but we are not ordered about by other engines. You, sir, are our controller. We will of course move if you order us, but begging your pardon, sir, Percy will and I will be glad if you form these engines, though we only take orders from you." The three big engines hissed angrily. "Silence!" snapped the fat controller. "Duck and Percy are in place where you were today, but not be your behavior tonight. You have caused a disturbance." Gordon, Henry, and James snickered. They stopped suddenly when the fat controller turned on them. "As for you," he thundered, "you have been worse. You made the disturbance." Duck is quite right. This is my relay, and I give the orders. When Percy went away, Duck was left to manage alone. He did so easily. Percy and Harold. Percy looked hard at the harbor. Toby helped, but sometimes the stones were too heavy, and Percy had to fetch them for himself. Then he would push the trucks along the quay to where the workmen needed stone for their building. An airfield was close by, and Percy heard the airplanes zooming overhead all day. The nosiest of all was a helicopter, which hovered, buzzing like an angry bee. "Stupid thing," said Percy. "Why can't it go buzz somewhere else?" One day, Percy stopped near the airfield. The helicopter was standing quite close. "Hello," said Percy. "Who are you?" "I'm Harold. Who are you?" "I'm Percy. But we'll agree arms you got." "They're nice arms," said Harold, offended. "I can hover like a bird. Don't you wish you can hover?" "Certainly not. I like my rails, thank you." I think railways are slow," said Harold in a bored voice. "They're much used and quite out of date." The rolled his arms and buzzed away. Percy found Toby at the top station racing trucks. "I say, Toby," he burst out, "that Harold, the stuck-up worryfoot thing, says I'm slow and out of date. Just let him wait. I'll show him." He collected his trucks and started off, still fuming. Soon, above the clatter of the trucks, they heard a familiar buzzing. "Percy," whispered his driver, "there's Harold. He's not far ahead. Let's race him." "Yes, let's," said Percy excitedly. And quickly gathering speed, he shot off down the line like a rocket. On the road, meep meep. The guard's wife had given him a glass of tea for Levisis. He had just poured out a he just poured out a cup when the van lurched and he slid down his uniform. He wiped up the mess with his handkerchief and staggered to the front platform. Percy was pounding along. The truck screamed and swayed, while the van rolled and pitched like a ship at sea. "Well, it'll be a ding-dong day," said the guard. Then he saw Harold buzzing alongside and understood. Go it, Percy," he yelled. "You're gaining." Percy had never been allowed to run fast before. He was having the time of his life. "Hurry, hurry, hurry," panted the trucks. We don't want to, they grumbled. But it was no use. Percy was bucking along with flying wheels, and Harold was hiding alongside. The fireman shoveled for dear life, while the driver was so excited he could hardly keep still. "Well done, Percy!" he shouted. "We're going ahead! Oh, good boy! Good boy!" Bar had a distant signal warned them that the work was near. "Shut off steam whistle! Beep beep! Brakes guard, please!" Using Percy brakes too, the driver carefully checked the train's headlong speed. They rolled under the main line and halted smoothly on the wharf. "Oh dear," groaned Percy. "I'm sure we lost." The fireman scrambled to the cab roof. "We won! We won!" he shouted, and nearly fell off in excitement. Harold was still huddling. He was looking for a place to land. "Listen, boys," the fireman called. "Yes, it's on for Percy," said Harold. "The helicopter too, why, Percy, you are slow. Your railways outdated and not much used to know." But Percy, with a strong trucks, did it in record time, and we beat the helicopter on our old branch line. The driver and guard still caught the tunas, did the working on the K. Percy left it. "Oh, thank you, sir," he said. "I like the last line best of all." Percy's promise. A mob of excited children poured out of Annie Clarabelle one morning and ran down to the beach. "Hey, the Vicar Sunday School," explained Thomas. I'm missing this evening, but the station master says I can ask you to take them home." "Of course I will," promised Percy. The children had a lovely day, but by tea time it got very hot. Dark clouds loomed overhead. Then came lightning, thunder, and rain. The children only just managed to shelter before the deluge began. Then Clarabelle stood at the platform. The children scrambled in. "Can we go home, please?" the station master asked the victor. The station master called Percy. "Take the children home quickly, please," he ordered. The rain street down Percy's boy. "Ugh!" He shivered and thought of his night shed. Then remember, "A promise is a promise," he told himself. "So here goes." His driver was anxious. The river was rising fast. It foamed and swirled fiercely. It ran to flood the country any minute. The rain beat in Percy's face. "I wish I could see. I wish I could see," he complained. They left the cutting and found themselves in water. "Ooh, my wheels!" shivered Percy. "It's cold," but he struggled on. "Whoosh!" he hissed. "It's splashing my fire!" They stopped and backed the coaches to the cutting. And waited while the guard found a telephone. Came back looking gloomy. "We couldn't go back if we wanted," he said. "The bridge near the junction is down." The fireman went to the guard's van carrying a hatchet. "Hello," said the guard. "You look fierce." "I want some dry wood for Percy's fire, please." They broke up some boxes, but that didn't satisfy the fireman. "Some of you board," she said. "What? Why, nice Lord," grumbled the guard. "Only slipped it this morning." They found a hatchet and helped. It's only plenty was stored in Percy's bunker. His fire burnt well now. He felt warm and comfortable again. "Buzz! Buzz! Buzz!" "Oh dear," thought Percy sadly. "Harold's come to laugh at me." "Nope." Something flared on Percy's foot. "Ow!" he explained. Awful voice. "That's really too bad. You needn't feel things." "Harold isn't falling things at you," he laughed. Shriver hung down the parachute from Percy's indignant front. Harold isn't frying things at you, he laughed. He's dropping hot drinks for us. They all had a drink of cocoa, both better. Percy, let's team up now. Beep beep. Thank you, Harold, he whistled. Come on, let's go. The water lapped his wheels. Ugh, he shivered. It crept up, and up. It reached his ashpan, then lost on his fire. Whoosh! Percy was losing steam, but he punched bravely on. I promise, he panted, I promise. I piled his fire high with wood. I managed to keep him steaming. I must do it, he gasped. I must. I made one last great effort, and stood exhausted but triumphant on rails that would clear the flood. I rested to get steam back, and then brought the train home. We cheers for Percy, called the vicar. And the children nearly raced through. The back control arrived in Harold. Percy thanked the men, and Percy. Harold told me you were a wizard, Percy. Sissy, can meet you has done things. Percy snorted. But not to me in some rain, he chuckled. I don't know what you both been playing at, and I won't ask. But I do know you're a really useful engine. Oh, darn it. Oh, sir, whispered Percy happily. That is Percy the Small Engine. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Katie the E2, and I'll see you guys next month. Adios!